afraid to speak. Finally, Kara found a neighbor who was compassionate. She lived in the same building as the babysitter, Sonia Smolak, and she admitted to having seen the child and the old lady, Smolak, being shoved into a car by the Gestapo. Kara turned to Oskar. "Gestapo?" she said. "Why would the Gestapo take my son?" She was hysterical, and although Oskar was scheduled to leave Warsaw and head back to work, he cancelled his plans and insisted on staying to help Kara find her son. "I don't know," he said, "but I promise you this. I will find out, and we will find your boy." "I wish he would get back here already," Anka said. She was referring to Oskar, who had gone to the Gestapo headquarters in Warsaw to find out anything he could about the missing boy. Kara was flushed. She felt faint. "Everything is out of my control," she thought. "Dear God, how I wish my Abram was here. But I can't talk to Anka about Abram, because none of these people knew of his existence, and that was because he was Jewish. Abram is the love of my life, and he is also Karl's father." Abram was arrested right after Kristallnacht. His mother, Hoda, in order to protect Karl, insisted that Kara take Karl and go to live with Anka, who had married a high-ranking officer in the Nazi party. Hoda and Kara decided it would be safest for Karl if he hid in plain sight. No one was ever to know he was half Jewish. Kara had lied to Anka. She told her that Karl was the son of a pure German man whom she had an affair with. She claimed the man was married and he'd gone back to his wife and left her to raise the boy on her own. Anka took her sister and her nephew into her home to live, and because of his strong Aryan features, no one suspected Karl of having Jewish blood. He was accepted into Ludwig and Anka's world. All had gone well until this gala. Kara had not wanted to go. She had a bad feeling about it before she even attended, but Anka had assured her that all would be well. It wasn't. Chapter 2. When Oskar returned late that afternoon, Kara was sick with worry. She ran to him as soon as he opened the door to the hotel room. "What did you find out?" she pleaded, grabbing his arm. "Not much, but the Gestapo has no record of having been involved in arresting a woman and child at that address. However, they were familiar with the name Sonia Smolak. According to police records, they have been keeping an eye on her. They think she is involved with the Polish resistance. They wanted to follow her for a while before arresting her, in hopes of finding some of her contacts. I went to the apartment again to look around and see if I could find anything. I searched for the neighbor, who we spoke to when we were looking for Karl, but her apartment was all closed up, and I asked the landlady about it. She said that the woman we saw no longer lives there. She was just there. Now she's gone. It's all very strange." Kara gasped. Where could she have gone? It's only been 2 days. How did she move away so fast? I don't know. I tried to find out, but no one in the building will admit to ever having known her. "This is horrible," Kara said, putting her hands on her temples and squeezing. "I found this at the apartment," Oskar said, handing a dirty, singed stuffed bear to Kara. "Oh, my dear God." Kara had been too upset to notice that he had been carrying a stuffed animal. She took the bear and held it up to her face. Then she began to cry. "Little bear," she said, remembering Karl's face when Abram had brought Little Bear back to Karl after their apartment had burned on Kristallnacht. Oskar put his arms around Kara and held her like a baby as she wept. "It's all right," he whispered into her ear. "It's going to be all right." "What are we going to do next? I can't see how we are going to ever find him." Kara's entire body was shaking as she paced the floor, pulling at her hair. "We will find him," Oskar said calmly. "I give you my word I will do everything in my power to find him." Then he added, "I found out where Sonia Smolak's son lives. We'll go there tomorrow and see what we can find out. We'll tell him that his mother was babysitting your son, and now they've both disappeared. Perhaps he's heard from his mother." Kara's heart sank. She didn't care about